All right, so having had a chance to look at the film from the second scrimmage, what do you take away from that?
That first drive was obviously disappointing. You never want to give an offense a quick start like that. So that was disappointing. I think after that, they had a 3 and out, 6 plays and out, an interception. Started to make some plays in terms of the drive it portion. Short yardage, if you're looking at that section of practice, you're looking at coming away with 1 out of 3 in a short yardage situation. The offense obviously having the advantage, and I think we came away with just under 50%, so really good there. Red zone, not good enough. Gave up 3 out of 4 touchdowns in that portion of practice, and then the 2-minute was really good. So, looking back on it, the biggest thing was the plays that were made against us. Were they great plays by the offense, or were they execution errors by the defense? And a bunch of those were execution errors on the defense. And so, that's the stuff that unforced errors just can't happen, and we got to make sure our guys are taking care of their 111.
So what was your message to your guys after that?
Just doing your job.
And they respond well?
No question. Yeah, I think you saw it today. A little bit more juice, a little bit more energy. That was the other thing that was kind of a disappointment, just the way we came out. Kind of lackluster, not focused, not a ton of energy, and that's not who we are. So that was good to see.
So now the spring is closing. Mm-hmm. What do you know about your defense at the end of spring that you didn't know prior?
We're a lot tougher than when we started. I think the guys care more for each other than when we started. I think we're a smarter group than when we started, and we've got more guys that we can rely on than when we started. So that's a big key. Still needs more depth at linebacker, more depth at corner. But I thought, the guys looking at that backer situation, I thought Evan Eggerman stepped up with Cody Barton and Sunia Tautioli. Drews as a kid. Sharif Shaw made some plays. So we just got to take the guys that we have coming in and make sure that we teach them, coach them up the right way, and make sure they're ready to go.
Is there anyone that has made an impression this spring in the linebacker core that demands that, hey, I deserve a shot at the starting job come fall?
Well, I think there's a guy that was really a surprise in terms of, could he give us meaningful reps, was Evan Eggerman. There's a guy that was playing safety, so we didn't know a whole lot about the transition that he was going to be able to make, and he did a great job. Obviously, Cody's been there, Sunia's been there. They're young, and they're learning, and they're going to be guys that play. But Evan, in terms of a guy that you weren't necessarily anticipating, there's a guy that stepped up and did some really good things.
Last year on the defensive side, a lot of the vocal leaders graduated. Have you seen anyone fill that role to be the leader of the defense?
I was really happy with Hunter Dimmick. He's becoming a lot more of a vocal leader. He's a guy that's always led by example. He's always a grinder. But in terms of vocal leadership, he stepped it up. Really appreciate Stevie Tuikolavatu. There's a guy that when he speaks, people listen. I think in the back end, Marcus Williams, Jason Thompson, both those kids really demand respect because of the way they do things. So those 4 come to mind. Brian Allen stepped up and did a great job. I appreciated some of the things that he had to say throughout spring to the guys.
So going forward, I know it's almost over. What would you like to be able to accomplish in this final week of spring?
Right now, ultimately, it's some situational stuff. Last play of the game, funky formations, just cleaning up some things that you don't see all the time that you got to be prepared for. So it's not the physicality part of it is pretty much over outside of the spring game. So it's just some cleanup stuff, some odds and ends.
So everyone's talking about this 5-man front you guys have been doing with Fitz and Dimmick on one side and Pete on the other. Have you liked what you're seeing out of that?
Yeah, it gives us some definite advantages. We're trying to get our best 11 on the field, and we've got some very good defensive linemen, and that's just an opportunity to do that.
And then last question, who have been the clear-cut winners of the spring, the standouts?
Hard to say, man. I don't want to single anyone out. It's a group effort, and everyone's gotten better together. That's the main thing. So I'm not going to single anyone out.
That's what you like to hear. All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.